Hello everyone, welcome to my 2010 Q&A. This is the first time I've done this, so if I make any errors, I'm sorry. This has been out for a bit late, but I got it done, and I will ask the questions you asked me on YouTube. So what we got. Ewan K1 asks, what's your favourite Resident Evil character? My favourite Resident Evil character is Chris Redfield by far. I mean, it's just something about him, I'm not sure. Maybe it's because I played as him first when I played Resident Evil 1 back in, was it 96 or 97? I ironically started on the PC, not the PlayStation. The disc I used to walk through was how I played it, and I don't know, there's just something about Chris that I like. Maybe it's because he's an all-rounder, he's stupid, heroic, a little bit of an on and off relationship with many girls in the Resident Evil series, but hey, Chris is a good guy overall, and no one should diss Chris. In second place, I'll probably put Jill or Claire. I can't decide out of the two, but I would have put Albert Wesker in the top three had it not been Resident Evil 5, which sucked donkeys. Well, where he was terrible in that game, wasn't he? Why the hell did Capcom turn him into Neo? I will never know, but what the fuck did they do with him? I mean, the only good thing that came out of him was a quote about Chris, so slow to catch on. That bit always makes me laugh, so fortunately for Albert Wesker, not a favourite for me anymore, and Leon Scott Kennedy's he's just gone too serious and badass for me now. It just doesn't work for him. Our next question is by a user named Joms55, and he asks, if you had to pick only one game to play for the rest of your life, what would that game be? I would probably pick Pokemon, to be honest. I think that's like the only game I can constantly play. I mean, I haven't caught them all yet, I haven't got to catch them all, but I think that game I can just constantly play over and over. Even after I've finished it, I'll just erase my save and keep going. Just one of those games. Just Pokemon just goes on and on and on, and it's really the only RPG that I've played for such a long time. I don't know. Maybe it's just the one that got me into it, and I don't know. Probably Pokemon's the only game that I could keep going without getting bored. And one day, I will catch them all. CS Hunter 911 asks, can I ask you a question? What's your question? You didn't ask me a question, you just asked, can you ask me a question? You can ask me anything, but I have no answer to your question. So, I'm sorry, but hey, at least you got your name mentioned. Your noob asks, can you do a walkthrough of Resident Evil 4 and 5 and get angry in it like the Chris one? I can only get angry at it if they have a purpose. I mean, trying to get angry at like Super Mario, for example, just doesn't work. Chris Redfield's an easy target because he's stupid and he can't do anything. I can only do it if they're stupid and they have a purpose. I think the next time I will do it is probably in Resident Evil Leon. I think Leon Scott Kennedy could easily get taken the piss out of, so I'll try and do it on that one. As for Resident Evil 4 and 5, we'll see. It's not as easy because the games got more serious as they went along, I'm afraid. Capcom took that approach and it hasn't made them as good as they used to be. Mad Dog Andy 1 asks, do you not think it would be better if Chris from Resident Evil was a giant cat? What do you mean, like a giant cat like, I don't know, Garfield? Honestly, I think Chris would be better as a chicken man. He's a chicken, a coward, he's stupid, he's dumb. Any dumb animal Chris would be. I'm not sure about a cat. I mean, Chris is a weird one because he's like half strong, half stupid, and he's almost there but not quite. I don't know. I think Chris would probably be a sloth. No, just kidding. I'm not sure what animal Chris would be actually. I can't decide. Okay. Sidri asks, what's your favourite game and why? Why don't you make a playthrough of that one? My favourite game of all time is without a doubt Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Ever since I played that game back in, was it 94 or 95, nothing has topped it yet. It's one of those games, even though I can beat it really quickly, I can just keep replaying over and over again. The only game that's come close to beating it so far for me is GoldenEye 007 on the N64. Hasn't quite topped it yet though. Sonic 3 and Knuckles is still the king for me. Rainbow Vomit Panda asks, ever think of doing a playthrough of a shooter and why? Well, Resident Evil doesn't count as a shooter. I had a thought about doing Call of Duty 4, but to be honest, ever since Infinity Ward fucked over the PC gamers on Modern Warfare 2, I've kind of lost interest in them. I actually bought Modern Warfare 2 on the PC and took it back straight away after learning how they butchered the multiplayer system. I'll probably end up doing Duke Nukem Forever first, to be honest, if it comes out next year. Yeah, when it's done, did not finish. I've heard every Duke Nukem Forever joke ever. And I remember seeing the first trailer for that game when I was like 6 or 7, and it was on like a PC Gamer CD, and it had like Half-Life 1 trailer on it as well. So that proves I'm just getting too old now. Will Duke Nukem Forever come out before I turn 20? I don't know. Probably not. But it's just ridiculous now. I got through all my school years and still no Duke Nukem Forever. It's an outrage, to be honest. Cove Blaze Babe 21 asks, what's your favourite Resident Evil game and why? Without a doubt, my favourite Resident Evil game is Resident Evil Code Veronica. That game I just love so much. I mean, I can just go back to it. It has my two favourite characters in it, Chris and Claire Redfield, and without a doubt, it's just the best overall game. It's long. The 3D environment, while sticking to the original gameplay mechanics, works perfectly in that game, and I'm surprised Capcom hasn't gone back to it. I mean, they've gone to the 3D rendered cutscenes and in permanent 3D, but then I just miss those days. Just Code Veronica just did everything right, and it had like the best enemies in it. Like, you know, it had all of them in it: the hunters, the tyrant, the zombies. It was the dogs. It was just perfect. I think the only thing it didn't have was spiders, but I can't confirm that. It's been a while since I played it. I had it on the Dreamcast, but not the PS2. But I might do Code Veronica one day if I can find it on the PlayStation 2. XX Vampire Wolfie Boy XX asks, how do you record Xbox 360 games and turn it into a YouTube video? Well, I'll see if I can find it. This is what I use to record Xbox 360 games. It basically, you plug in the component cables with something like that, and then the audio cable in that, and then plug in the USB. Is this this is the USB. Plug that into your computer, and there's a sound one somewhere. Hold on, there it is. And you plug the sound one. Plug the sound one into the mic port. And bingo, you got the footage. You need a signal video recorder like Debut, and you get the footage out. The one I bought was £30, and it's okay. You can still see like the video quality and stuff. It's not perfect. I'm not going to bother getting a HD one because it costs too much money, but I got this for £30. Does the job, and I'll probably use it more in the future. So there you go. So that concludes my Q&A of 2010. I hope you enjoy asking me questions, and I'll do it again next year. Thank you, and have a Merry Christmas.